biggest misconception is that people think that the VA home loan is entirely free.
Mm.
Now, if in my case, when I bought my home here in Forney, my builder gave me a $20,000 credit. My realtor gave me a $12,000 credit. I ended up, and then I got my dentist money deposit back. I actually did not have to pay a dime, but I had to come up with that $5,000 earnest money
Right.
to put down. So it wasn't free, but it ended up being free.
Mhm.
Not everybody's gonna do that. We have VA lenders out there that will tell you, "Hey, let's get your closing costs paid by the seller." A seller does not have to pay your closing costs.
Welcome to the Texas Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview Texas real estate professionals from active real estate investors, lenders, property managers, and many others that provide goods and services into the real estate investing industry in the great state of Texas. Our goal is simple: to share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level, and to meet the pros that can help you get there. Texas Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and entrepreneurs build the business they need to live the life that they've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
We're going to talk about a topic that is near and dear to him. It's all about VA loan awareness. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and he wants to make sure he clears the air. Byron, welcome to our show.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. And once again, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Excited to talk about this. I mean, I think that, and I have heard a lot of conversation around VA stuff in some of our different meetings and masterminds. But before we kind of get into weeds of all that stuff, why don't you tell our audience a little bit about you, kind of your journey in real estate, or what brought you up to today?
All right. Well, first of all, again, my name is Byron Brown, a 23-year military vet, 12 years with the U.S. Air Force, 11 years with the U.S. Navy, retired chief. Been in real estate for about 20 years. Okay. I'm a licensed realtor out in California. I do a lot of business in San Diego, which brought me to going into mortgage. And, I took a BA class one day and all of a sudden fell in love with that, a passion of educating our military service members and properly using their VA home loan. So that's how I got into it, and it's been a ride.
Okay. I like to dig a little bit deeper. That's what I'm supposed to do. I always think that when someone, talks about real estate, there's something in the past that might have been planted that seed, right? Nobody just up and says, "Hey, real estate." With all this stuff that goes on. So was there anybody that as you grew up, aunt, uncle, maybe when you were in the service and, maybe one of your fellow servicemen were in real estate? I mean, what was really that seed planter for you?
Well, you know what? When I first bought my first home back in 1996, and myself and my spouse at that time, our realtor took us to.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
To go ahead and show us each and every house. All right. And when we closed, and This individual, she did not care about her commission or anything. It was service, straight service. And that inspired me because I love service. I love to serve. You know, I have a tagline, serve those who serve and serve. And she served us and this was patient and everything. It's inspired me. I was like, I remember talking to her. I was like, well, I really want to get into real estate. That inspired me to go ahead and get here. So every time that I'm able to help an individual with their buying a home or doing a loan, and I'm able to serve them, and I see that smile on their face, that they have to achieve that. That right there is more than anything to me.
Got it. So you were out in San Diego. Is that where you were stationed?
Actually, I was in Moreno Valley, so I was stationed at
Okay.
Mark Air Force Base at the first time. Yeah, so I was in the Air Force at that point in time when I bought my first home.
Got it. So you go out there, you get your license, you start doing, some real estate deals. How long did it take you to get your first deal? And what were some of the challenges of breaking into that you experienced?
Yeah, it took me about a year to get my first deal. And the challenge is man, look, and when people don't know what you do or who you are, and you're not putting yourself out there, like I'm a prior military recruiter, so I always used to tell my recruiters, hey, you can't be a secret agent in your office. No one's not going to know who you are. I had to learn that early in real estate is that, hey, I can't just show up to an office, go to a meeting and magically think a deal is going to jump out and land it in my hands. That's just not how it works. And I think there's a lot of realtors that think that. People are like, well, I want a company to give me leads. I want this. No, you have to go out there and go get it, and if no one knows what you are doing, no one knows that you're doing real estate or doing mortgage, they're not going to, because they're going to go with who they see and they're going to go with who they know. So that is why, that was my obstacle, is that no one knew. And I didn't know how to really put it out there because 80% of your job in real estate and mortgage is being a marketer. So I had to learn how to market myself.
Got it. Okay. And how did you learn to do that? Did you join a brokerage? Did they kind of guide you? Did you just kind of pick it up from whatever you could find online? I mean, how did you learn how to get out there and really, expose yourself? Get that
Believe
exposure?
it later on, and as I went in with my military career and I got into military recruiting taught me how to market.
Got it.
Right? Because we're taught that in our school is how to go to businesses, go to people, have your sphere of influence, going out. But the main thing for me, man, the best thing is talking to people. You can put stuff on social media, you can do this, you can put an ad out there and pay for that. But when you're front side in front of someone, hand them a business card. Hey, look, if you know anyone that's looking to buy or sell, or if you're looking to buy or sell yourself, or if you want to go through the mortgage process and you need some information, hey, I just want to give you this card here to let you know that I'm here to help. A lot of times people will remember that when you came up to them and talked to them. You have to also know that you have to have the courage just to go ahead and ask. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. So that's what I learned, and I learned that from Navy recruiting. A lot of people think Navy recruiters just sit in front of their office and, fancy government cars. No, there's a grind to that work there because, we're the frontline people that are putting people in the military. So it was like, I didn't never know that military recruiting was going to really help me out later on in my real estate career.
Right. Yeah, I've done it before where, the whole let everybody know what you're doing. I'll be in the grocery line, especially if it's a really packed grocery time, right? And I'll be checking my phone, my wife will be like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just talking about that house that we just remodeled. We made that thing, man, it sold for I say it loud so everybody can hear. And then oh, hey, buddy, you have a house to sell by chance? So that's awesome. So you're getting in the groove, you're getting deals. What took you from San Diego to Texas?
First of all, I was stationed out. I got moved and stationed out here.
Okay.
And then I was going to go back to San Diego. I was going to go back. There's a lot of opportunity here.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
So coming back out here, got a job and everything. And then that's when the mortgage thing kicked in. And, there's a lot of people that I know, a lot of guys that I retired with that are retired, that's retiring from the Navy and from the Air Force that are moving to Texas. So those were opportunities for me to go here and talk to them and educate them about the VA home loan. So it's just a lot of opportunity, and Texas is really, really, really good for veterans. Really, really good, because, number one, especially if you're 100% disabled, you don't have property taxes, or you're getting so much of an exemption where you're not paying as much.
Right.
And I mean, a lot of good things as far as like, hey, you're getting a huge discount on your car registration. So there's a lot of good things for
Not
veterans here in
benefit.
Texas. So yeah, so
Yeah.
you definitely have to come here and take advantage of it.
Okay. So what type of well, like I said, what type of marketing are you now doing? Are you really targeting to that military community around installations? Are you just doing some
Yes.
wide blanket stuff? I mean, what are you really targeting?
So I have a brand, a B Brown Group brand, but in that brand, I have what's called B Brown Military. So that's one half of what I do, where that specific division of the B Brown Group markets to the military. Okay, I have a separate website.
Okay.
Anybody want to know it? BBrownMilitary.com. And that is a specific website for our active duty and veteran individuals. All right. Now the B Brown Group, it goes to more market towards the charity, getting into some other stuff. But really my key focus right now, because I served in the military, is actually marketing to the military. So what am I doing? A lot of social media,
Okay.
coming on podcasts like yours to kind of not only bring awareness to the military, but also bring awareness to your podcast,
Yeah.
So it kind of works two ways.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
putting out short videos. I'm having fun with it right now because it's like I kind of revamped to say, hey, let's focus on getting the brand out there. Let's go ahead and get front side of everybody else. A lot of people that are working this business and trying to go ahead and find that next deal. All right. And when that deal doesn't come because you don't have the patience, and it's just like, oh my God, man, it's 2 weeks and I don't have anything I don't have a deal yet. I switched my mindset to say, let me go out there and let everybody know who I am. And then the deals are going to come.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is kind of how I'm doing everything right now. And then going to networking events, getting in front of realtors, getting in front of people. If I'm in the airport and I start talking to someone, I'm handing a business card. I have to order business cards constantly because that's what I'm doing.
Get a digital one, man. Get one of those. You just show.
I do. Actually, I do.
Okay.
I do have it.
All right. Yeah.
Sometimes though, people want that paper in hand.
True. It's some that's a little trustworthy. That guy went a little extra mile for an actual paper one nowadays.
That's true. That is true.
Now, who's doing all this marketing? Is it you? Do you have a team? What does that all look like for you right now?
Between myself and my broker, man, I work for First Class Real Estate. And then on the mortgage side, I work for Barrett Financial.
Okay.
So I have an individual there on the broker side for the real estate who is helping me out with the marketing. I have a relationship with a title rep who does free marketing for me. So all of my videos that I do, my little shorts, I go out there, we shoot a ton of content, and then we just put it out there. All right.
That's awesome.
And that's, we putting out information as far as the real estate and also the mortgage process. As far as, but everything else, I'm really just doing it myself. It's great what an iPhone can do for you in a video.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
People spend thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing that does no more different than what you can do is spend a couple of $100 and not even that.
Not even that. And it's more genuine. It's more real. It's like,
absolutely.
I equivalent it to like a podcast, right? If I send you a bunch of questions and you jot the answers down, you pre-phrase, you already know, it's not as genuine as just talking, right? As having a conversation.
Yes.
I feel the passion. I hear the passion for VAs, for the military, for...
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
We talked a little bit before we got on here about the awareness of the VA home loans. You'd mentioned
Hmm.
that there's a lot of people coming out and getting into and tapping into that pool, but giving misinformation. So why don't we talk for a few minutes on kind of why is it really important? What are some things that VA homeowners are being told that is untrue, and what are some truths that you want to share?
Well, first of all, people are being told that they can use the VA benefit to buy any type of property, and that's simply not true. All right. They're also being, you can only purchase really either a condo that has to be approved by the VA, a townhome. You can buy a single family home. You can buy a new build. You can also buy a manufactured home that is on a foundation.
Okay.
So those are some of the VA home. The biggest thing for me is there's real estate agents that are giving information about the VA home loan that's not true.
Okay.
For instance, I had a realtor that put out a video and I had to actually call her because we worked together and told her it was wrong information. And it was like she had went and said that you can get your down payment waived or get your down payment rolled into your loan.
Mm.
All right, in using the VA home loan. The VA home loan does not have a down payment.
Right. About to say, I
Okay.
didn't think it even had a down payment.
Yeah. So I was like, where did you get that information from? I had to call her. Where did you get that? And it's people that will watch that, and then someone will watch that and come somebody like me and say, well, hey, I get my down payment rolled. You don't need to get it rolled into the loan because you don't have a down payment. The biggest obstacle that I have is people that are not qualified to talk about the VA home loan, or people that are not qualified to talk about loans, talking about loans. A real estate agent is not qualified to talk about mortgage.
Mm-mm. I'm
Okay.
not qualified to talk about mortgage, man. I buy and flip house. I'm not qualified to talk about mortgage, really.
I had a realtor go and gave a VA and gave a veteran quoted them rates. You say, oh, this is what you can do. This is what your payment's going to look like. You're not the one that's supposed to be talking about that. The biggest misconception is that a lot of veterans and a lot of military think that they don't have to go through a normal mortgage process when they're doing a VA home loan.
Mm-hmm.
I put out a video and said, let me be honest with you. All right. There is cost when it comes to the VA home loan. The absolute biggest misconception is that people think that the VA home loan is entirely free.
Mm.
Now, if in my case, when I bought my home here in Forney, my builder gave me a $20,000 credit. My realtor gave me a $12,000 credit. And then I got my earnest money deposit back. I actually did not have to pay a dime, but I had to come up with that $5,000 earnest money
Right.
to put down. So it wasn't free, but it ended up being free.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's gonna do that. We have VA lenders out there that will tell you, "Hey, let's get your closing costs paid by the seller." A seller does not have to pay your closing costs. At the end of the day, there's closing costs when it comes to the VA home loan. So
Right.
even though you don't have a down payment, there's other costs. So people need to be educated on that, and people need to be prepared. You cannot buy a home and you got $5 in your bank account. Okay, you can't do that. But there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that think that they can because you have realtors out here, you have other people out here that they're trying to promise the sun and can't even give you a drink of water to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you need to be educated on the proper information and process of doing a VA mortgage. So, and I'm very passionate about that. I want everybody to be set up for success.
I could tell, and I love that. So let's say I'm a veteran, and I'm thinking about using my VA. What are the first couple of questions I should ask? Things I should do to get onto the right track?
Well, the first question you need to ask is this, all right? Am I qualified? All right. Because I have dealt with a lot of veterans. I've dealt with a lot of people that are not qualified, even though they spent time in the military,
Mm-hmm.
that we need to go ahead and verify that. So first of all, we need to verify your time of service. All right. I've had a lot of military reserves that come up and they may have did 90 days of service, but it was for training. They're not qualified.
Right.
Okay. So we have to go ahead and find out if you're qualified to use the benefit. Number two, it's always good to go ahead and have someone run a complete process. All right. Because it's one thing to have a conversation. We need to know where you stand financially and credit wise.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number three, the biggest thing you want to ask someone is how much do you think you're going to be making off of this loan? Why? Because there's mortgage lenders that will charge you fees on the back end and you don't even know about it. But then when you end up paying that closing cost, brunt of your closing cost is paying that mortgage
Their
lender.
fee, yep.
For instance, you sit up here and you see that there's a 3% origination fee. That's the fee that this individual charged you to do their loan. All right. So if it's 3% and you're buying a $500,000 house and you end up having to fork up 15 grand, or even the 15 grand is coming from maybe the seller giving you a credit, it's going to your loan officer. Why are you making 15 grand off of me? And so there's a lot of times people do that to hide stuff. All right. And it's like you have to go ahead and ask these questions. And then mainly ask about the process. What is it that I'm going to need? What is it that I'm going to need to do in order for me to go ahead and get this loan process going?
Cool. Awesome. Well, that's a ton of information, man. And I could tell you're passionate about it. And I'm
All right.
glad you're getting the awareness out, right? Helping people. If there are folks that are listening on here, maybe they're working with veterans or maybe they're veterans themselves and they want to inquire with you about using the VA loan, what is the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Okay, the best way, go ahead and call me. My phone number here is 858-331-2971. You can go to my website, bbrownmilitary.com. It's bbrownmilitaryagent.com. bbrownmilitaryagent.com. Okay, so you can definitely go there. I put out a lot of information. You can hit me up on Instagram as well at bbrown group. I put out a lot of information on Instagram. So definitely those are ways that you can definitely reach out to me.
And then we'll put all the stuff in the show notes. So guys, you'll be able to get in touch with them either one of those ways. Byron, man, I want to thank you again for coming on here. I want to thank you again for your service and your passion to really bring this awareness. Guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you got something out of it. And if you are in that VA situation or you work with them, reach out to Byron. He seems like a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of information. Byron, thank you again. And guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us for today's show. If you're looking to take your business and your life to the next level, you really need to learn more about the Investor Fuel Mastermind. It's your shortcut to success. To learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other amazing entrepreneurs, 100% financing on your deals, member-only discounts, and so much more, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. By the way, Investor Fuel is even Texas-based. Also, if you're interested in applying to be a guest on this very show, the Texas Real Estate Pro Show, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app so you never miss another episode. We'll see you on the next show.